FIFA World Cup 2026.
Let's play football.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to JEJE Vibe.
We're back again.
You know, it's Lewis and Gabriel, and I got my amazing queen with me.
Thanks, my love. The amazing. Oh.
If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, and also hype the video while you're at it. Tell your friend and tell a friend and tell a friend to come down here and check out this video, because we're about to talk about FIFA World Cup 2026. FIFA World Cup 2026.
The boycott associated with FIFA World Cup 2026.
The 2026 World Cup might be the most confusing tournament we've ever had, and I'm not even exaggerating.
FIFA is now canceling about 2,000 of its reserved hotel rooms in Philadelphia ahead of this summer's World Cup.
26 FIFA World Cup is just months away, but instead of excitement, anticipation, and celebration, the build-up is being dominated by backlash, fear, and controversies.
As immigration tensions escalate, the former president of FIFA is supporting a boycott of the upcoming 2026 World Cup.
Is looking real. Is gearing up to be not like your regular World Cup.
This is supposed to be the biggest World Cup ever. More teams, more games, and more countries involved than we've ever seen before. So why does it feel like the hype just isn't there? When people talk about the World Cup, they don't just talk about football. They talk about the feeling around it. The energy, the noise, and the sense that for a few weeks, the entire world is focused on just one thing. You think about past tournaments and they all had something unique. The 2010 World Cup had a sound that you could recognize instantly, whereas the 2014 World Cup felt like football had completely taken over an entire country. Even before a ball was kicked, you could feel those tournaments coming. But now, as we get closer to the 2026 World Cup, something just feels a little different. The scale is bigger than ever and the stakes are just as high, yet the excitement doesn't seem to be building in the same way. And it's not just one reason, it's a combination of things.
Is gearing up to be not like your regular World Cup.
Considering the war that is ongoing, and then the new visa ban, I guess, immigration policies now, the visa ban for some countries coming into the US.
Now, here's where it gets more serious, because this isn't a small event struggling to sell tickets. This is the FIFA World Cup, the single biggest sporting spectacle in the world, and FIFA itself projected a staggering $30.5 billion in economic output for the United States from this tournament alone, which means the entire model depends on massive inflows of international visitors, millions of fans flying in, filling hotels, packing trains, flooding stadiums, and spending money across every sector. But that demand, the thing this entire system is built on, simply hasn't shown up in the way it was expected to. And when the world's biggest event starts showing early signs of weak demand, you're not looking at a minor fluctuation. You're looking at a structural problem. And it's not because of scheduling issues or bad marketing or even ticket timing, because when you dig into what's actually driving this, the explanation starts to sound a lot more serious and a lot more uncomfortable. Because according to Tourism Economics Director Aaron Ryan, there are three major concerns shaping international fan behavior right now: ticket prices, border crossings, and rising anti-US sentiment. And when you add the geopolitical backdrop, including tensions tied to the Iran war, those concerns don't just sit quietly in the background. They amplify each other, creating a kind of psychological barrier that makes fans think twice before even attempting the trip. Then you look at the visa situation, and suddenly it's not just perception anymore, it's policy. Because as of January 1st, 2026, the United States expanded visa issuance suspensions to nationals from 39 countries, and that alone would already be a major obstacle for a global event. But it becomes even more significant when you realize that 4 of those countries, Haiti, Iran, Senegal, and Ivory Coast, actually have teams qualified for the tournament, meaning their fans, in many cases, cannot legally obtain the B2 tourist visas required to attend matches in the United States.
It's not looking like a regular World Cup.
No, it's not.
A moment that should have triggered a massive wave of national celebration and travel, but instead, a large portion of their supporters may never even get the chance to show up. And even for countries not directly affected by outright bans, the barriers don't exactly disappear. They just shift into a different form, because reports indicate that fans from around 50 additional countries may be required to post a bond of up to $15,000 when applying for a U.S. tourist visa, which technically is refundable if the traveler leaves on time. But in practical terms, requiring someone to front that kind of money just to apply before they've even bought flights, hotels, or match tickets turns the process into something that feels less like a visa and more like a financial filter that screens out anyone who isn't wealthy enough to take the risk. At the same time, there's another layer to this that doesn't show up in official policy documents, but spreads quickly through word of mouth, social media, and fan communities. And that's the growing number of reports from travelers who say they've been detained, questioned, or subjected to intense scrutiny at U.S. entry points for relatively minor issues.
World Cup is supposed to be a time
For unity.
for unity around the world. Fans coming all over the world to support their
As a
teams.
tourist.
It's supposed to be an opportunity for the host country to gain when it comes to the economics associated with it, when it comes to
Ticket buying,
Tickets,
visa fees,
hotels.
food. If I'm not the plane tickets, we've said that, and then tickets into watching the games too.
a whole lot.
A whole lot.
And also when it comes to the local businesses, a whole lot. A whole lot of business transaction is supposed to happen. A cultural exchange for the whole world to come to a place.
Particular location, but different location in a
celebrates.
country.
And when it comes to soccer, it's huge.
It looks like the current administration mistook FIFA World Cup as
Super Bowl.
Tell us about the Homeland Security threats right now.
We have FIFA coming, and FIFA's the World Cup soccer, and we're going to do over 39 days. We're going to have basically 78 Super Bowls in 11 cities. We're going to have 5 to 7 million visitors coming from all over the world. We're going to have teams from all over the world.
This is not the Super Bowl.
no.
The World Cup is something different. Soccer is something different. The Super Bowl is only restricted to Americans.
Yeah, but then again, that's the thing though. Just because they feel like the Super Bowl is big. Yeah, the Super Bowl is big, but it's still just limited to America. And it's just because they name it football, the FIFA is the real football now. Yes, I said it.
Soccer is the real
football.
football. And it's a world attention stopping sports that people
Watch.
go any length to watch their favorite teams play.
Not just watch favorite. Buy jerseys now.
Like their favorite team, their favorite players, they want to see them play. Ronaldo, Messi, the best players in the world are going to be at the World Cup. But yet, when you look at it, it's supposed to be, oh my God. People are supposed
They're
to be
supposed
here
to be
now.
out this. Yeah, usually people would have traveled maybe 2 weeks ahead or maybe a month ahead of the games now, just to get familiarized with their environment that they're going to be for the next few weeks or whatever, and explore, spend money, visit.
Facts. But it's not looking like that now.
I keep it? What do you? Well, you can keep it. Giving it back.
New numbers showing local hotels aren't seeing the surge they expected for this year's World Cup. FIFA promised billions for the region, but some say the cup is looking more like a bust.
As an organization, you would have to say decisions like the one that we saw awarding this Peace Prize makes a mockery of what they're trying to do with the Human Rights Charter.
Trump can't escape bad news, or bad press for that matter, on the 2026 World Cup. Article after article signals a growing boycott and impending disaster. Take, for instance, new reporting from Forbes that suggests that something very different from what the president wants everyone to see is happening. Their headline suggests that hotels are not seeing a boom. They're seeing a warning sign. In fact, the headline is worse. It describes that the World Cup is looking like a, quote, non-event so far.
Hotels are finding it hard
They're
to fill out.
Yep, only 30% in bookings, and this is very close to around the time that the World Cup is supposed to start kicking off, and bookings doesn't equate to stay.
Facts.
Well, Rudabeh, the hotel industry is already struggling, and this certainly does not help. Business owners thought this was going to be a moneymaker, but now they're seeing the opposite. Shakira dancing her way into the new FIFA World Cup anthem that dropped today as excitement builds for the tournament. But some people say the expected tourism boom is losing its rhythm.
The reservations aren't there. They're not on my books, and they're not, Expedia. They book for the entire city. Jeff
Saranum was checking the summer outlook for his Hollywood hotel when his team noticed an 18% drop in June and July occupancy compared to 2024. He says lower revenue combined with higher expenses is bad for business.
You can book
and
cancel. So the traffic is not looking like the same.
And some players too are also boycotting.
We're not giving it back. This is the first time that we've ever had a World Cup hosted across 3 countries. You got more games than ever, new rules, and you also have stars picking up injuries and dropping like flies before the tournament has even kicked off. And then, to make matters worse, things off the pitch have only gotten messier. You've got political moments making headlines, like the Orange Man stirring controversy again. Then you got Gianni Infantino doing what he does best, not reading the room. This is a clip of him pushing the Palestinian and Israeli football federations to shake hands in front of the world. This guy's just completely out of touch. But I guess it shouldn't come as a surprise, since this is the same guy who gave out the Peace Award to Trump. And then, just when you thought you understood what's going on, boom, new rules, new changes, things that have never been seen in previous World Cups.
IFAB have confirmed a number of rule changes that will come into effect, including how they will now be able to check and review red cards arising from a clearly incorrect red card. If a goal kick or throw-in is deemed to be taking too long, the referee will start a visual countdown. If play is not restarted by the end of the countdown, goal kicks will be changed to a corner kick for the opposition, with throw-ins.
Players and countries are looking like, we might just sit this one out.
Yes, because now they're saying that I don't want to say the FIFA president or whatever turned this 2026 World Cup in, politicized it, because having some sort of affiliation with the current administration, and then now having the need to push FIFA to stop Iran from playing in the World Cup because of the ongoing war is just crazy, by the way, because football shouldn't have any association with politics.
Facts.
FIFA just gave Donald Trump their very first Peace Prize in the same month that over 16,800 fans canceled their 2026 World Cup tickets. In the same month, Iran officially refused to play any matches on American soil. And in the same month, the man who ran FIFA for 17 years openly told fans to skip the games hosted in the United States. This is not normal World Cup drama. This is something much bigger, and FIFA's worst nightmare is unfolding just 16 days before kickoff. For 92 years, no qualified team has ever boycotted a World Cup for political reasons. Not once. That history is about to change. Here's where things get interesting. The momentum for boycotts and fan walkouts is growing faster than anyone expected. And this week brought a development that could push even more nations and fans to reconsider. But first, let's look at the number that puts everything in perspective. No qualified nation has ever boycotted a World Cup for political reasons in the entire 92-year history of the tournament. Until now, Iran has taken a firm stand. The president of Iran's Football Federation has formally told FIFA that Iran will not play its group stage matches on American soil. This is not a threat. It's an official position. All three of Iran's group matches against New Zealand, Egypt, and Belgium are scheduled inside the United States. Mexico's president publicly offered to host those games instead. So far, FIFA has stayed silent on whether they will move the venues. But that's not all. FIFA reportedly asked the U.S. government for special travel exemptions for Iranian players while offering Iran no alternative locations. This is completely new territory. There is no rulebook for what happens to Group G if one team simply refuses to show up, because it has never happened before. This week brought another major development that many mainstream outlets barely mentioned. The U.S. government dropped the $15,000 visa bond requirement for ticket holders from 50 countries. On paper, that sounds like good news for fans. But read between the lines. The broader travel ban on 39 countries remains fully active. Countries like Iran, Haiti, Ivory Coast, and Senegal are still completely blocked, ticket or no ticket. And even fans from nations with full access, Germany, Netherlands, Brazil, are canceling in big numbers. Why? They no longer feel it's safe.
But it's looking like this World Cup is going to be tagged along with politics. And it's affecting the fans who are coming to see the World Cup, which is affecting the traffic and the people that are supposed to be here.
As the 2026 FIFA World Cup draws near, Democratic lawmakers fear Trump's immigration crackdown could have an impact on attendees. Today, lawmakers narrowing in on those that oversee the departments.
You realize that if they feel that they're going to be wrongfully incarcerated or wrongfully pulled out, that's going to hurt this entire process. I hope you realize that.
Yes, ma'am. And ICE is dedicated to ensuring that everyone that visits their facilities will have a safe and secure event.
The heads of the three major immigration agencies facing members of the House Homeland Security Committee for several hours as they were criticized for their use of force, masked agents, and what some claim are unlawful arrests of American citizens. But as LA kicks off the World Cup on June 11th, some lawmakers say fear will be among the large crowds, which could prevent thousands from attending.
Mr. Lyon, will you commit to ensure that pausing its operations and raise at FIFA matches and other FIFA-sanctioned public events?
Ma'am, ICE, specifically Homeland Security Investigations, is a key part of the overall security apparatus for the World Cup.
You cannot be having strict immigration policies now, having to not be friendly to other countries now and expect them in the same context of, expect them to now come and spend money in your country. You got to pick one.
It's crazy.
Which creates a kind of ripple effect where even people who haven't personally experienced it start to factor that risk into their decision making. Because when you hear enough stories about phones being checked, interrogations lasting hours, or entry being denied unexpectedly, the trip starts to feel less like a vacation and more like a gamble. And when you line all of this up, the visa restrictions, the financial barriers, the perception of risk, and then you compare it to what's happening on the ground with hotels and bookings, the picture starts to come together in a way that's hard to ignore, because FIFA itself has already begun adjusting its expectations, canceling approximately 2,000 hotel room reservations in Philadelphia, out of an original block of 10,000, cutting 40% of its hotel blocks in Mexico City in early March, and reducing reservations in cities like Dallas and Arlington in early April.
It's been like the price hike.
That too
is chasing people away with the present economy.
When FIFA announced the 2026 World Cup schedule, it anyway looked like an expensive event. 3 host nations, 16 host cities, traveling was expected to come with a massive price tag. But FIFA forgot about one thing. The cost for the tickets would become a bigger burden too, all thanks to the dynamic pricing. But one Canadian airline has come up with a massive solution, and their idea is brilliantly petty. They started comparing the prices of World Cup tickets to the cost of actual international flights to the nations playing. Not hotel packages, not luxury experiences, but full return flights to the countries competing. So basically what they are saying is this: why pay a fortune to watch your team for 90 minutes when you can just fly to their country instead? Eat the food, live their culture, and probably still spend less money. That is the level we have reached with World Cup ticket prices. And the funniest part, they're not even making this up. The campaign uses real-time ticket prices. All the ticket prices, of course, are constantly changing, and so are the return flight prices. But just look at the difference. It's hard to ignore. And here is the thing. Every time FIFA's dynamic pricing goes crazy, the ad basically gets funnier. And we haven't even looked at the hotel prices and travel cost either, because even they seem to be on dynamic pricing model in the host cities, which makes the cost of watching Brazil play for one evening more than actually flying to Brazil. And here is the thing. At this point, the airline tickets come with more value than the World Cup tickets.
Looks like everyone is banking on this World Cup to be able to make a little bit of money considering the current economy. And then you could see the unusual price hike.
Crazy.
The biggest soccer games in the world are coming to your hometown, and you can't watch. That is, unless you can shell out some serious cash. Official World Cup match tickets are going for upwards of $11,000, with resale reaching as high as $2 million. These outrageous prices led New York and New Jersey to launch investigations into FIFA just weeks before the games are set to begin. Attorneys General Letitia James of New York and Jennifer Davenport of New Jersey released a statement today announcing they have subpoenaed FIFA, seeking information about its ticketing practices for the 8 World Cup matches set to take place in New Jersey.
This is the most expensive World Cup in history. Despite the fact that, so many individuals are purchasing these tickets because they're really excited about the World Cup coming to this region. But it is unacceptable that FIFA use misleading ticketing schemes and change prices for consumers who desperately want to see these games.
Crazy. Everything is expensive. The transportation to the stadium is expensive.
After a week of speculation, World Cup ticket holders now know how much it will cost to travel to and from MetLife this summer, and it's a pretty penny. A round-trip train ticket between Penn Station and MetLife will cost $150. NJ Transit says availability will be capped at 40,000 tickets per match day. Shuttle bus tickets will cost $80 round-trip. As Andrew Ramos explains, this plan is not sitting well with fans.
What was a celebration for then Governor Murphy nearly 4 years ago when New York and New Jersey were selected as a World Cup host venue has seemingly turned sour.
FIFA is making $11 billion off of this World Cup. That's not fair.
Inheriting an agreement from her predecessor has left Governor Mikey Sherrill with few options.
The fans who are going to the game should bear the burden of the cost.
After a week of speculation, New Jersey Transit made it official, announcing that a round-trip ticket between Penn Station and MetLife will cost $150 for FIFA World Cup ticket holders, all to offset a $48 million bill that New Jersey Transit says it has to pay for servicing 8 World Cup matches.
I can't tell you how important security as a expenditure is. Out of the 48 million, I want to say almost $11 million is just security.
In a statement to CBS News New York, a FIFA spokesperson warned that the New Jersey Transit current pricing model will have a chilling effect. Elevated fares inevitably push fans toward alternative transportation options. This increases concerns of congestion.
The hotels are expensive. Possibly the food is going to be expensive when it comes to restaurants and the rest.
If it was me, I would just sit my ass at home in my country and
going to be expensive.
and just watch it.
I guess that's what everybody's resorting to right now.
While FIFA continues to struggle to secure broadcast deals like they have over the last few months across parts of Asia, Ronaldo's new digital football project in Brazil is doing something radical. It seems like Ronaldo has quietly positioned himself inside one of the most revolutionary shifts happening in global sports broadcasting. Is this a massive warning sign for FIFA and the broadcasters? The platform is CAZ TV, a Brazilian digital sports channel that has quietly become one of the most disruptive media stories in world football today. And now it has officially partnered with Live Mode. The Brazilian sports media company, Cristiano Ronaldo, recently invested in. Their motive is to broadcast the entire World Cup to Brazilian audiences for free.
Sit home and watch the World Cup.
It's free.
It's looking like it's going to be an empty stadium when it comes to the World Cup.
A ticket to maybe see Ronaldo play starts at $2,000, and hotel rooms across host cities are sitting empty. Here's what's happening. The American Hotel and Lodging Association surveyed hotels across 11 host cities and found nearly 80% are booking below their original projections. In Kansas City, the main stage, it's 85 to 90%, with some hotels actually performing worse than a normal summer with nothing going on. And you might be wondering why that is. Well, FIFA reserved massive room blocks across host cities early on, creating what looked like an overwhelming demand. Then they released most of them back onto the market, so hotels that thought they were sold out suddenly weren't. Meanwhile, international visitors who usually stay longer and spend more aren't planning on showing up, and there's a big reason why. A ticket to the US opener costs over $4,000. A semi-final seat in Dallas tops $11,000, and the average resale price for the final is over $16,000. When you add flights, hotels, and transportation, international fans are looking at a trip that can easily run 5 figures, and many are deciding it's not worth it. FIFA president Gianni Infantino was asked about the backlash this week and laughed it off, promising to personally deliver a hot dog to anyone who buys a $2 million ticket to the final. Critics in the hotel industry say FIFA's pricing, combined with tighter immigration enforcement from the US, has turned a generational tourism opportunity into an ordinary summer. But FIFA supporters argue that demand is unprecedented. The organization received over 500 million ticket requests, and prices simply reflect what top-tier American sports cost. So what do you think? Is FIFA outpricing the fans, or is this just the new reality of being a sports fan?
What you guys think? Are you guys gearing up for the World Cup? Drop a comment and let us know if you're outside and you're watching. Wherever country that you're in, drop the country that you're rooting for, drop the country that you're in, and let us know where you're watching us from. It's JEJE Vibe. We're worldwide. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Let us know what you guys feel about the World Cup. We're out of here now.
Bye-bye now.
See you in the next one.